Hello, my name is Spencer Bradford. I'm director at Durham Congregations in Action and a member of the Durham CROP Hunger Walk Committee. Among the changes, adaptations that we've had to make in 2020 to the coronavirus pandemic has been with the Durham CROP Hunger Walk. We were not able to do the in-person mass event that we are accustomed to doing each spring to raise funds for to fight hunger, to support economic development in poor communities, and to fight poverty in all of its forms. Nor are we able to hold our in-person annual celebration banquet this week. So instead of that, we have prepared this video to share with our walkers, our teams, our congregations and organizations that support the CROP Hunger Walk each year, with our friends and neighbors. We were successful this year in 2020 at raising more than $117,000 for poverty relief, 25% of it staying here in Durham, and 75% of it being used by Church World Service for long-term economic development in poor communities, for refugee crisis assistance and other needs around the world. This evening, we'll first begin with a message from Mary Catherine Hines with Church World Service, and then we'll be learning some more about a handful of the organizations locally in Durham that benefit from the CROP Hunger Walk each year. We will be sharing a remembrance of Karen Johansson, our Durham CROP Hunger Walk coordinator since 2013, who tragically died earlier this year after an extended illness. You will see presentations of our award plaques to different teams in the Durham community that raised the most funds to help us reach that $117,000 total this year. And you will also then hear some more about other recipient organizations in the community that we partner with to put your dollars to use from the CROP Hunger Walk. Lastly, you'll be seeing a video piece shared from Church World Service with a parting blessing and prayer for our ongoing work for 2021. We are planning already to conduct the 2021 CROP Hunger Walk as a scattered event, as a week-long campaign, encouraging people and households to walk to raise funds for CROP during April 10th through 18th, 2021. We hope you'll participate in that, and we hope that you find the sharing done in tonight's video as inspiring and compelling for our shared work as we have this year so far. We hope that you will join us in the shared work of ending hunger, one step at a time, through the Durham CROP Hunger Walk. Thank you.
Hello, friends in Durham, North Carolina. I'm Mary Catherine Hines. I'm the Director of Fundraising Strategy for Church World Service and fellow North Carolinian. And I'm actually here tonight on behalf of Reverend John McCullough, our CEO of Church World Service. John had hoped to be able to share some words of appreciation and gratitude to all of you, but he's been ill and not able to create this video for you. So he asked me to bring his warm regards and his words of appreciation. We all at Church World Service are so grateful for all that you do in the Durham community, for the Durham community and the greater community worldwide. The Durham Walk is consistently one of the top walks in the nation and a real pace setter and leader for walks across the United States. In the history of your CROP Hunger Walk, you have raised $4,704,057. That is tremendous. That is thousands of communities, millions of people who've been impacted positively because of you. The funds that you raise support the life-saving work of Church World Service in the United States and around the world, and also 12 local agencies right there in Durham. In fact, the Meals on Wheels in Durham was actually born out of CROP Hunger Walk funds many years ago. So you have a tremendous legacy as a CROP Hunger Walk community. The walk is always important. The needs are always critical, but this year especially, in the midst of this pandemic, your CROP Hunger Walk was even more important than ever. The local food banks and food pantries are seeing an increased need from our neighbors for food and emergency supplies as they're out of work. But then also globally, we're looking at a worldwide crisis of biblical proportions, a global food crisis that has been exacerbated by this pandemic. So we needed you to step up like you did this year, and this was a very challenging year. I want to say that we also recognize how much of a struggle it has been as we all mourn the loss of Karin Johansson, our fearless leader who rallied the entire Durham community. In fact, CROP Hunger Walk communities worldwide every year. You know, under Karin's leadership in the last 10 years, she was able to mobilize all of you to raise almost $1.5 million. We miss Karin, and the global world is less because she's no longer with us. But you carry on her legacy, and I'm sure she looks down with pride to know how well you have done, despite all the challenges this year, despite having to go virtual and Zoom things and walk on our own and just do everything just like that. You still raised $117,000 this year. That was 75% of your goal, and that's tremendous. We see across the industry with walkathons that most of them and other cause-related walks are down 50%. And for you to be able to have brought out 75% of your goal is truly remarkable. It's heroic. And some of your teams even went above and beyond and raised more than they've ever done. So to all of you, for your grit and your tenacity and your commitment to ending hunger, thank you so much. So as we celebrate this year and we look to the future, I want to say I wish you the very best in your 47th walk in 2021. I've heard tell that your goal is $150,000, and all of us at Church World Service believe in you and believe that you, if anyone could do it, it's the Durham hunger fighting community. So thank you, and we celebrate you, and we celebrate all that you make possible. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Sean Klein, and I am the intern for Durham Congregations in Action this year. I am so excited, as I'm sure you all are, for what CROP Walk has done this year, and we're really excited to share with you some of the awesome work that has been happening. What you're about to see is a grouping of some of the organizations who receive the CROP Walk money. We are excited to share this with you as much as they are excited to have your support. So enjoy this presentation.
Hello, my name is Sheldon Mitchell, and I am Executive Director of Urban Ministries of Durham, where we continue to connect with the community to end homelessness and fight poverty by providing food, shelter, and a future to our neighbors in need. I'm thankful for the opportunity to be able to share with you today some of the highlights and outcomes of Urban Ministries' work this past year, and I most especially would like to thank DCIA for the support provided to Urban Ministries throughout the years. First, COVID-19 changed life for us all. And we at Urban Ministries, of course, were not immune to the impact of this deadly pandemic. We were faced with the new normal, just like all of you, a world of PPE, social distancing, and COVID-19 testing. Initially, This led to us having to relocate our entire shelter to a local motel. We were there for about 3 months. During that time, we were able to shelter 219 men, women, and children as we sought to keep them healthy and appropriately social distance during this time. After those 3 months were up, we were able to return to the shelter. However, this was at reduced capacity to be able to provide appropriate social distancing. And also, this came with protective barriers, hand sanitizing stations, more increased cleaning, and other factors. However, even with our capacity being more limited, we still, over this past year, served 804 individuals who were served from our shelter. In our cafe, we were excited back at the end of the year when we were able to renovate our cafe. And we only had a couple of months really to enjoy all the new renovation of that space. Now, upon our return, again, it led to social distancing, protective barriers being placed in order for us to be able to keep people healthy and keep people safe. We still were able to provide over 241,000 meals to both our residents and members from the community. However, our service did shift for community members to full to-go service. So no longer dine in our cafe. That was only reserved for the residents of the shelter. We were fortunate to have some strong partners working with us through the Food Bank of Central and Eastern North Carolina, as well as Sankofa Farms and many volunteers and other partners from the community to allow us to move our pantry operations outside. And every Tuesday, we're able to serve up to 160 households that come through and pick up groceries and other food supplies and products. So we're very thankful that we were able to continue this part of our operation, as it is a most critical need during this time for our community. Income. So workforce is a big part of our operation. And of course, we know that income is key to housing, because people have to have a way to be able to afford housing and maintain their housing. As our workforce development team worked alongside of our residents, they were able to help 129 residents to secure employment this past year, which is tremendous. And you can see the average wage for those individuals was $10.17. And there's a host of different industries and occupations that they found employment in, mainly manufacturing and restaurant, construction being the top three. We continue to focus on building partnerships with local employers to enable our residents to have a means to support themselves once they exit urban ministries. Permanent housing. We know our ultimate goal is to see people get into permanent housing of their own, so they can be able to stabilize themselves and get back into the normal world. And we were able to help 165 people to actually end their homelessness by moving into their own housing last year. We're super excited about that. We know that it was a little bit down from our previous years, but given the circumstances, we were excited to be able to help 165 individuals achieve this goal, and we look forward to increasing that number this next year. At Urban Ministries, we continue to focus on the things that we can control. We continue to work to keep individuals safe during this pandemic. And we also continue to meet people where they are in order to help them to really be able to stabilize themselves and return back into the community where they're able to work where they're able to thrive and enjoy life. And we thank everyone for your support in helping us to achieve this goal.
We want to start to say thank you. Thank you for your collaboration. Thank you for being with us and the community. Without you, we can do it, all the ministry we are doing today.
Our food bank has been operating for about 12 years already, but it was usually 60 or 80 people or families per week. During the pandemic, it increased to 160, then 250, then 350, then 400. Now we're up to sometimes as many as 500 families a week that we're feeding, and we never expected to be in this position. We never expected it to expand to this level or thought that it would be able to. And the only reason that we have been able to achieve that is because of all the support that we've gotten from the community and from our sister churches. Everything from financial donations, in-kind donations, regular volunteers that are there with us week in and week out, and people who are bagging rice and beans from home, people who are directing traffic, packing bags of food, doing all kinds of different things to support this ministry. I don't know how many people have been involved, but it must be in the thousands. So we just really appreciate your continued support, and we hope that we can keep this going as long as the community needs it.
God bless you. We continue to be a partner in this ministry. Thank you again.
Good afternoon. I'm Spencer Bradford with the Durham CROP Hunger Walk Committee, and I am pleased to be this afternoon on Zoom with representatives from the Mount Calvary United Church of Christ Food Pantry, Reverend Tanya Best, Lisa Squires, and Myrtle O'Neill. Very happy to have you all here with us today. And as y'all have received funds from the Durham Crop Hunger Walk for several years now, I know that in these years you haven't had a year quite like 2020 has been. And I wanted to invite y'all to share some about the work that you do at the Mount Calvary UCC Food Pantry and how it has been for you this year during our COVID-19 pandemic.
Hello, my name is Lisa Squires. Along with members of our food pantry, we are commissioned to go out and serve the Durham community. Mount Calvary United Church of Christ, under the leadership of Reverend Raymond S. Watkins, takes our mission to be on the move for God seriously. It has been our privilege to serve the Durham community through our food pantry over 11 years. And we're so grateful to DCIA for supporting us with funds that are received through the CROP Walk. This year has been extremely different because of the pandemic. People are coming that are just who never received food pantry before. So they're just, they're more needy, more humble. They're just touching. It's hard to describe how, your heart just goes out to them because, we never experienced anything like this before. So we're just grateful that we do have food to provide for these people. And sometimes we also get people from surrounding communities because people are just reaching out from wherever to get food during this time. And our food pantry is stocked with non-perishable food items, canned vegetables, canned meats, personal care items, as well as paper products. And again, Spencer, we're just so thankful and grateful for the continued support from DCIA, and we look forward to our continued partnership.
Thank you. That's great.
You're welcome.
I know that a lot of food pantries that work in the community have seen the increased demand like Mount Calvary has. And a number of them have also had to rely on increased donations for that. How has your congregation and community response to the increased need been? Have you seen an increase in contributions coming in for the work that you're doing?
Well, normally we have seen people contribute the non-perishable items. We actually don't have a church service right now, and we haven't had one since March, but people are still giving. They still know that, the need is out there, so they can come to the church and they can put food in barrels that we have that's located in our vestibule. And so we check those periodically to make sure we can, that we get the food so that we can give it out to those in need.
Well, we really appreciate the work you do. It is so important. Now, in 2020, this year, we've raised only about 3/4 from the CROP Walk that we did last year. And I wish we could provide more support for you, but we're glad that we're able to contribute something to the important work you do. We are beginning to organize for the 2021 CROP Walk, which will be next April. And it'll be actually a week-long campaign in 2021, April 10th through the 18th.
Okay.
So we are hoping that we can get back to the level of contributions that we were at in 2019 and 2018, and provide some additional support for the critical work that you're doing. I know that in the coming months, your neighbors are going to rely on the support and the work that you bring to your community as much as they have these past several months. So we pray the best for you, and really appreciate your partnership and the work that you're doing in our community.
And Spencer, may I say, on behalf of the Women's Fellowship, again, how grateful we are for the support of DCIA by way of the CROP Walk. Because again, as Lisa has shared, we've been able to, help many people within the community. And when the funds do run a little bit low, we're grateful to the members of Mount Calvary as they will come through for us and help keep us stocked. So thank you, and thank the committee and all who are involved.
Well, I appreciate that. I will pass that on, and y'all keep up the great work. We'll pray that everything continues in strength for your work as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm Ryan Furman, Executive Director at Families Moving Forward. No one could have anticipated all the challenges that 2020 would bring to our community, our state, and our country. But I truly feel that the support of our caring community has been instrumental in getting the agency, the staff, and our guests through a very challenging year. Many of you know that upon the guidance of our friends in the public health community, the agency temporarily reduced its capacity from 21 families to 17 to ensure that all of our guests were using a private bathroom. In September, again in consultation with local public health officials, we reopened our 4 vacant rooms, took additional precautions in our 4 shared bathrooms, and now are back up to our 21 room capacity. The pandemic has also forced us to close our communal kitchens. This has not been a popular decision with our guests, but it's one that we believe is absolutely necessary for the health of our families and our staff. To accommodate this new reality, the agency has been receiving 3 meals per day for every person in shelter through board member Tom Meyer's Love and Nourish project. We are now using food support from the Durham Public Schools Foundation for breakfast and lunch, and Love and Nourish continues to provide the dinner meal 7 days per week. So the biggest change at FMF over the last 8 months has been the transition of many in-person services to a virtual format. Zoom and FaceTime have temporarily replaced many face-to-face services, and this has greatly impacted our families, staff, and rotational partners. The reality is that the shelter feels quieter and less vibrant without many of you here to support the needs of our guests. Please know that our staff is going the extra mile to engage our parents and children, and that we are incentivizing many of our services to encourage greater participation. Families Moving Forward is a high-touch program, and the pandemic has challenged our traditional approach to acts of kindness and hospitality. We miss our volunteers, we miss you, the folks who help bring the human touch that is the hallmark of our program. We continue to hope and pray that we can host all of you back at FMF very, very soon. Believe it or not, this coming January the 1st marks the 5th anniversary of Families Moving Forward's creation. In that time, the board and staff have worked tirelessly to realize the potential of the merger and to break the cycle of poverty that's entrapped many of our families. I'm incredibly proud to share that in the last 5 years, we've reduced the average length of stay in shelter by more than 50%, from 226 days to 112. We've moved 236 families into permanent housing with a success rate over 80%. Our aftercare program has been tremendously effective, with none of our families returning to shelter within 12 months of entering permanent housing. And we have expanded our 2-generational approach with additional services and interventions specifically for children, including overnight summer camp, behavioral assessments, academic support, alternative spring break for our teens, and partnerships with Yay Babies, Child Care Services Association, Durham's Partnership for Children, the Center for Child and Family Health, the Exchange Family Center, and Durham Children's Initiative to better address the needs of our youngest guests. I have said it before, and I'll say it again, we will never break the cycle of poverty in our community without ensuring the health and wellness of our young people. Thank you for making these outcomes possible with your generous support.
Meals on Wheels Durham has been feeding the need in Durham for 45 years. Our faithful volunteers generously donate their time, smiles, and vehicles to help us deliver meals from Rougemont to South Point. Over 500 hot meals are delivered to Durham County residents Monday through Friday, which adds up to over 133,000 meals annually. We also have a weekend meal program and provide other nutritious options to clients such as Ensure and Fresh Fruit. We're more than a meal. Our pet food program currently provides food for 83 cats and dogs. We have volunteers and supporters of all ages. Over 250 volunteers come into our building weekly. Together, we deliver. When our clients see a volunteer walk into the door or hear the knock at the door, they know in addition to a hot, nutritious meal, they'll receive a friendly smile, meaningful conversation, and a safety check. At Meals on Wheels Durham, we provide over 133,000 warm handoffs and see you laters. Meals on Wheels Durham. Get in touch, volunteer, donate. MOWDurham.org.
Up next, we have a quick message from our director, Spencer Bradford.
We were very sad this fall to lose our beloved Crop Hunger Walk coordinator for Durham, Karen Johansson. Karen had been the Durham Crop Walk coordinator since 2013, but had been involved in leading and organizing the Crop Walk in other ways for years, more than a decade before then. We lost her in October this year after extended health problems throughout the year. And we're very sorry for the loss that her death represents for her congregation, her friends and community, and for us, the Durham Crop Hunger Walk community. She was a member of St. Paul's Lutheran Church, active in the Durham Lions Club, and had been a long-time advocate and leader in services for the homeless in the Durham area. She was a very enthusiastic organizer and leader for the Crop Hunger Walk, both in the public demands for the event and in the mundane day-to-day, week-to-week work that it required. We are poor for her loss, and we pray that her memory will continue to be a blessing to her family and friends, and for us, for the work that lies ahead. In fact, the Durham Crop Hunger Walk Committee has decided to dedicate the 2021 Crop Hunger Walk to the memory of Karen Lisa Johansson.
We are grateful for all of the ways in which Karen touched this community and the work that she did. We are sure that her memory will propel the mission of the Crop Walk to end hunger as we move forward in the year 2021. What you're about to see is the award recipients for this year's Crop Walk. The silver and gold sneakers for each category will be presented now. Stick around until the end and we'll have another round of recipient videos so that you can see more about what your funds and what your fundraising did for the community of Durham.
Good morning, Spencer Bradford again here with the Durham Crop Hunger Walk Committee, and we are very pleased to be presenting the Silver Sneaker Award for corporate teams for the 2020 Durham Crop Hunger Walk to Ag Bio. I'm here with Keisha Clark-Staten, representing Ag Bio to receive this. The Ag Bio's team raised the second highest amount of corporate teams participating in the 2020 Crop Hunger Walk. In fact, they increased by almost $700 over the amount they raised in 2019. So we're very happy to have them participating in the 2020 Crop Walk, and congratulations on your success.
Thank you.
In helping us to raise money to feed the hungry.
Thank you. We're glad to participate. Thank you so much.
We look forward to having your team again in the 2021 Crop Hunger Walk.
Yes, definitely.
All right.
My name is Spencer Bradford, and I'm on the Durham CROP Hunger Walk Steering Committee. And we are very pleased today to be meeting with Melissa Murray of Syngenta to present her and the team at Syngenta the Gold Sneaker Award for raising the most funds for the Durham CROP Hunger Walk in 2020 of business groups. So this is the another year that Syngenta has won it. They've been winning it since 2007, so they have a very strong team, and we are very glad that during this this COVID year of 2020, they not only maintained their activity and support for the Durham CROP Hunger Walk, but even raised about $2,000 more than they did the previous year in 2019. So Melissa, on behalf of the Durham CROP Hunger Walk Committee, I am pleased to award to Syngenta the Golden Sneaker Award for business participants in the 2020 CROP Walk.
Well, thank you so much. I accept this award for Syngenta as a whole, but also we have two other team captains who couldn't be here today, Jean Megaroff and Raul Kasuri, who did an excellent job expanding our group of participants this year and really help get the word out about CROP Walk and what your organization does and why it's important. Syngenta does have a good track record. I'd say a lot of that has to do with our manager support. They're very active. They come out to the walk. They do a lot to promote and advertise the walk during our campaign. And we were very excited to see that this year was such a great success, concerned with COVID and that we couldn't do our normal things that we like to do to promote the walk. So we were very excited about the outcome. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We look forward to having y'all involved in our 2021 walk event too.
Yes.
So thank you very much.
Look forward to it. Thank you.
I'm Spencer Bradford with the Durham CROP Hunger Walk, and we're here today to present the Silver Sneaker Award for nonprofits to the Durham Lions Club for the 2020 Durham CROP Hunger Walk. The Silver Sneaker Award goes to the organization that raised the second highest amount of money in their category. So we are very pleased to present this year to the Durham Lions Club, their second year in a row winning it. They succeeded in 2020 in spite of the coronavirus at not only winning this award, but more than doubling the amount of funds that they raised for hunger relief work through the Durham CROP Hunger Walk. So congratulations. Thank you very much for the work you did. And we look forward to your participation next year as well.
Thank you very much. My name's Paul Silverman. I'm the secretary of the Lions Club here in Durham. Also a past district governor for our district. This award means a lot, especially this year. Karin Johansson, Lion Karin Johansson, who we lost earlier this year, was the past director of the CROP Walk. She was the spearhead and the driving force for the Lions Club involved in this. Food insecurity is one of the major factors in lions, along with blindness and other factors. So this is a natural for our club, and just want to thank you for this award, and I accept this.
I am Lion Sharon Stone. I'm a past president of the Durham Lions Club, and was very involved with Karin in our vision screening, the mobile screening unit, as well as our PediaVision screener that we use with children. We actually had set an agreement with Durham Public Schools, but then COVID came along. So hopefully in the future we'll be able to renew that connection. Karin was all about service, which is the motto of the Durham Lions Club, we serve. So she gave wholeheartedly wholeheartedly to so many causes. And again, as Paul said, hunger is one of our 5 areas of emphasis in Lionism. So thank you so much for this award. We will look forward to participating next year, and hopefully it will be more of a normal year next year. Thanks again.
My name is Lynn Sullivan. I'm one of the co-chairs of our Service and Public Awareness Committee, and very good friend of Karen's, and I agree with Paul and Sharon. Karen went not only within the club, but also beyond the club to raise money, and was totally devoted to this cause, and we wanted some listen from her.
Well, we are in our CROP Walk community. We also are going to feel deeply the loss of Karen for a long time to come, and we are, which is one reason. You'll be glad to know that the Durham CROP Hunger Walk is dedicating the 2021 walk to Karen Johansson in recognition of her years of service and leadership with our local CROP Hunger Walk campaigns. So we'll all be commemorating her together during our 2021 walk next year, and we appreciate your involvement in that, and look forward to carrying that out.
Thank you.
I'm Spencer Bradford with the Durham CROP Hunger Walk Committee again, and this is our 2020 Golden Sneaker Award for nonprofits, for the nonprofit who raised the most funds for the Durham CROP Hunger Walk this year, 2020. And this year, for the 4th year in a row, it is going to Meals on Wheels of Durham. And I'm glad to be here today with Jason Peace and Annette Reed from Meals on Wheels to receive this award. We really appreciate the effort and the organizing that went into making this success this year in spite of the COVID pandemic. Folks, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Spencer. Just to reintroduce myself, Jason Peace, Executive Director with Meals on Wheels. I'm very fortunate to participate in the CROP Walk event this year. But I'm going to turn it over to Annette Reed, who spearheaded all the efforts on our behalf.
Good morning. Annette Reed, Community Outreach Director at Meals on Wheels Durham. Spencer, thank you very much for this plaque. It means a lot for us at this organization. It's a pleasure and an honor to participate in CROP Walk. Our volunteers are very faithful in their donations, and we look forward to the 2021.
And I'm also pleased to say that Meals on Wheels Durham is a recipient of funds from the CROP Walk each year as well to support their important work with feeding and supporting senior citizens in our community. So thank you for all the work you do, and we look forward to having you in the 2021 CROP Walk as well. I'm Spencer Bradford with the Durham CROP Hunger Walk Committee, and we are very pleased to be presenting today the Golden Sneaker Award for colleges in the Durham CROP Hunger Walk to North Carolina Central University for raising the most money of college groups for the 2020 CROP Hunger Walk in Durham. They raised over $600 in spite of the coronavirus pandemic and all the different organizing that required, and we appreciate their efforts very much, and we look forward to their participating in the 2021 CROP Hunger Walk. And so the Durham CROP Hunger Walk is pleased to present North Carolina Central University with this Golden Sneaker Certificate Award. And representing North Carolina Central University is Tia Long today, to whom we present this.
Thank you so much. We are so pleased to be a part of this.
We're here at the Camelot Academy. I'm Spencer Bradford with the Durham CROP Hunger Walk, and we are presenting Camelot Academy with the Golden Sneaker Award for the 2020 Durham CROP Hunger Walk for raising the most funds of school groups for the Durham CROP Walk in 2020. Not only did the Camelot Academy raise more funds than other school groups, they also tripled the amount of funds that they raised in 2020 over what they raised in 2019. So congratulations to y'all for achieving that. It's during an especially challenging year under the COVID conditions. We're very impressed and we're very grateful for the commitment, the organizing that y'all put into practice to make this happen.
Thank you. So I'd like to thank everyone who worked in the NHS, who supported and were able to volunteer their time to help raise money and walk the CROP Walk, even though it was virtual, and all the families that donated. It was a tricky year because we couldn't all come together like we usually do, but we figured out some different ways to have representatives who took their time to walk and take pictures and videos. It was a lot of fun, and thank you so much for the work you do.
Sure thing. Well, we're very pleased. We have Amy Cummings and Elizabeth Wetzel with the Camelot Academy here today, and we are very excited and look forward to having you all involved in the 2021 CROP Walk next April.
We look forward to it. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Hello, I'm Spencer Bradford with the Durham CROP Walk, and we are here to present the 2020 Silver Sneaker Award for large congregations to Watt Street Baptist Church for the funds they raised for the 2020 Durham CROP Hunger Walk. The Silver Sneaker Award for large congregations goes to the congregation in this category that raised the second highest amount. And Watt Street Baptist Church actually increased by $400 the amount they raised in 2020 over 2019. So we're very happy that they were able to participate this year and that they had such success. From Watt Street Baptist Church is Kelly Sasser, and on behalf of Watt Street, is going to receive this.
Thank you, Spencer. We realize so many things had to be canceled this year during COVID-19, but we also recognize the emergency needs of the most vulnerable among us continue. So we were glad to be able to participate and just tried to put into practice what Mother Teresa said. We cannot always do great things, but we can do small things with great love. Thank you.
Congratulations. We look forward to having y'all in the 2021 Crop Hunger Walk. Hello, my name's Spencer Bradford again, and I'm with the Durham Crop Hunger Walk Committee, and I am here with Sid Allen at Duke Memorial United Methodist Church, which has again this year for the 2020 Crop Walk won the Large Congregation Golden Sneaker Award for raising the most money in their category of congregations. So among large congregations, they raised the most in the 2020 Durham Crop Hunger Walk. Sid Allen is one of their organizers, and he is here to receive it at the church today. Sid, we really appreciate all the work that you and your fellow team members at Duke Memorial did this very challenging year to make this happen, and congratulations.
Well, we are very excited. Mission is a big part of what we do here at Duke Memorial, and hunger insecurities and food insecurities and everything that goes with that is part of what we're trying to help support and combat and make a difference in the community world. So we're very excited about the Crop Walk. It was different at the last minute, and we were disappointed that we didn't get to walk, but we're excited that we're able to participate in Crop.
Well, thanks so much, Sid, and we really look forward to you and your team participating in our 2021 Crop Walk next year.
We're looking forward to it.
Thanks a lot. I'm here with Rachel Galanter from Bethel Synagogue, which has become the Silver Sneaker Award winner for the Durham Crop Hunger Walk for 2020 for medium-sized congregations. We're very pleased to have Bethel receiving this award for the first time. They've been a long-time participant in the Durham Crop Hunger Walk and succeeded this year in raising the second highest amount of money for medium congregations in Durham. So, Rachel, we appreciate so much Bethel's participation, and congratulations on your success this year in 2020. And we look forward to your team participating again next year in 2021.
Thank you so much. Toda rabah, as we say. And we're just really excited. One of the core principles of Judaism is tzedakah. And tzedakah means justice. That until everybody has what they need, food, shelter, clothing, education, we haven't made justice. And so CROP Walk is one of our efforts to make sure there's more justice in our community. And we know it feeds people here and around the world, and that's super important. And we are very, very excited to be a winner this year, and we are gearing up to, again next year, participate. I've been participating since my daughter was in a stroller, and now she's a legal voter. So it's been a long time that I've participated, and we keep coming back to walk because we know everyone deserves enough to eat.
Thank you so much. And we will see you again in the 2021 Durham Crop Hunger Walk. I'm here with from the Durham Crop Hunger Walk Committee to present to Westminster Presbyterian Church the Golden Sneaker Award for medium congregations from the 2020 Durham Crop Hunger Walk. This award is going to congregation of medium size that raised the most funds in their category for the Durham Crop Hunger Walk. And this year it goes again to Westminster Presbyterian Church. It looks like this is the 13th year in a row that they've succeeded in winning this award. We want to congratulate Westminster Presbyterian on this. We have with us this morning Neil McElroy and Pastor Chris Tuttle from Westminster Presbyterian to receive this. Guys, congratulations. We really appreciate the work that y'all put into the Crop Hunger Walk this year.
Thank you so much. Hey, we appreciate it. Yeah, I just want to give a shout out to Westminster and our great team we had. Fantastic team of walkers, even though this year was virtual. Didn't actually get to do the walk. And then a big shout out to Mr. Kenzie Brannon, who goes above and beyond every year. He's probably been doing this for 40 years now, and he puts us over the top every year. So all the accolades go to him and the great teammates we have.
That's important. We miss the community of being together with the rest of our members, but with the rest of the Durham community. But we all did it in neighborhoods and on trails and sent pictures to each other because we know, as you all know so well, what a crucial time this is, and how many people are suffering in deep ways. And so it's important that all of us do, out of our own bank commitments, our own very, very, very small part, to pitch in, to be a part of this collective important effort for this community. So we're grateful to be partners with you all.
Thank you, and we look forward to having you all involved in the 2021 Crop Walk next April. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you.
You got it. Thanks.
The Durham Crop Hunger Walk Committee is pleased to present the Silver Sneaker Award for 2020 for small congregations to Christus Victor Lutheran Church. The Silver Sneaker Award goes to the organization in that category that has raised the second highest amount of funds for the Durham Crop Hunger Walk. And Christus Victor Lutheran Church has done that again this year. So we are pleased to present this to them. Not only did they achieve again reaching this level of fundraising for the Crop Walk, but they also increased by more than 50% the amount of funds that they raised in spite of the challenges of doing it during the COVID pandemic. So thank you to the folks at Christus Victor Lutheran Church, and we look forward to your team's participation again in the 2021 Crop Walk. Thanks so much.
Hello, Spencer Bradford again with the Durham Crop Hunger Walk, here to present the Golden Sneaker Award for small congregations to Pilgrim United Church of Christ. The Golden Sneaker Award goes to the group in their category, in this case, small congregations, that raise the most in their category. Pilgrim United Church of Christ not only raised the highest amount of money for the Durham Crop Hunger Walk in 2020 for small congregations, they raised the most funds of any organization participating in the Crop Hunger Walk this year. So if there were a doubly golden award to give, we would give it to Pilgrim United Church of Christ. I'm pleased to be here with members of their crop team and their captain, Ellen Metcalf, to present this. Thank you so much for all the great work you did this year and for the resources you've contributed to the Crop Walk.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Spencer. I'm taking my mask off a bit so you can hear me. I just wanted to say that it's an honor to represent the folks at Pilgrim. We do our best to do the best for others. And I want to say that during this year, challenges have been met upon challenges. And that's through the extraordinary gifts of people in this congregation and the prayers that they give, the generosity they give, and the compassion that they give. For us, it's not about winning an award, though it's very nice. It's about how we can do the most for people who struggle the most, for people who are hungry here in Durham and all around our world. So thank you very much for this opportunity, and thank you for this award, and thank you, Pilgrims, for all that you do.
Yes, I would like to add that one reason that I personally support, and I think many Pilgrims support, the Crop Walk, is that it not only helps locally and globally, but it helps in emergencies where people need aid, but it helps people get back on their feet and be able to do for themselves. So it's a long-term solution of hunger and not just an immediate. And I think that's one of the most appealing aspects of the Crop Walk. Thank you.
Well, thank you all. And we are really looking forward to having your team involved again in the 2021 Durham Crop Hunger Walk, which will be next April 10th through 18th, a week-long campaign for 2021. Thanks again, and we look forward to seeing more success from Pilgrim in the Durham Crop Hunger Walk.
Thank you to each and every organization that participated in the Crop Walk in this unprecedented year. While we got the opportunity to present awards to some of the organizations that raised the most money, each and every contribution helps to end hunger in the Durham community and around the world. Once again, thank you. As I said earlier, we're going to go now to a couple more fund recipient videos. Another opportunity for us to see the ways in which the funds raised through the Crop Walk impact our community and the people who we hope to serve.
The Durham Crop Hunger Walk is happy to be partnered with many different recipient programs in the community, including Antioch Builds Community, which provides meals and shelter to people in need in East Durham, the Society of St. Andrew, which gleans produce from salvage and distributes it to the community, and the Threshold Clubhouse, serving mentally ill neighbors in Durham with socialization, employment readiness, and food as well. During the pandemic now, delivering healthy meals twice a week to their clubhouse members.
Fresh food, friendly farmers, young adults, and energetic families. This is what you'll find every week at the Durham Farmers Market. Within 70 miles of our market, people are working hard every day to produce fruits and veggies, meats and cheese, preserves, plant starts, arts and crafts, and so much more. The market is not just a place to buy high quality and local goods. It's a family-friendly event that fosters community by bringing people together every week. Here at the Durham Farmers Market, we believe that fresh food should be accessible to everyone. We are committed to supporting programs that help people enjoy the best locally grown food in their home and on their plates. This is why we accept SNAP benefits at our market. If you or someone you know uses SNAP, an EBT card can be used to purchase groceries from our vendors. Our Double Bucks program will help you stretch your SNAP dollar. You can purchase seasonal fruits and veggies, meats and cheese, breads, and more. First, find the info table that is located near the bathrooms in the pavilion. Here you will find a friendly staff member or volunteer to swipe your EBT card for the amount you wish to spend. Next, you will receive tokens that can be used like money. 1 token equals $1. Thanks to our Double Bucks program, we will match your amount up to $10. Here are some examples. If you choose to withdraw $5 on your EBT card, you will receive 10 tokens. If you choose to withdraw $10, you will receive 20 tokens. Should you choose to take out $30, you will receive 40 tokens. You can receive the benefits of Double Bucks one time per market. You can only use these tokens at our market location and they cannot be exchanged for cash. But don't worry, these tokens never expire. So if you don't spend them all, you can bring them back next week. We also accept Farmers Market WIC and senior checks. These checks can be used just like personal checks to purchase fresh fruits and vegetables at any market. If you receive either of these checks, please come to the info table before you hand them to the vendor. We will give you an extra $2 for every check that you present. We are open year-round, and as long as the market is open, SNAP customers are welcome. Our summer hours are Wednesday 3 to 6 p.m. and Saturday 8 to 12 noon. Our winter hours are Saturday 10 a.m. to 12 noon. Our location is 501 Foster Street in downtown Durham. Come on down and experience the vibrant colors and fresh smells for yourself.
One of the individuals on Sunday really broke my heart. She had to be at least 85 years old. She actually told me, she said, look, I was waiting for you because I haven't got anything else to eat for lunch. And I mean, that broke my heart. And I'm sitting there going, this is right here in North Carolina.
The Food Bank of Central and Eastern North Carolina serves a third of the state, or 34 counties, through 6 branches, and all of us are obviously responding to this universal crisis. We know that there are just under 600,000 people who are food insecure at any given time. We also have people who have never needed our services before who are getting laid off or furloughed and are not able to stretch their funds as far as they were before.
So CSFP, or the Commodity Supplemental Food Program, is a federal food program administered by the USDA. So we provide 6,000 boxes every month with this program. But because of the COVID-19 pandemic, a lot of seniors are having trouble leaving their houses. Their senior housing complexes aren't allowing them to distribute. They're not allowing them to go out. So we're taking the boxes to them.
We had food bank employees come in and volunteers from the U.S. Veteran Corps who actually delivered about 200 to 250 boxes to seniors so they could get their box of food this month.
We're out here because of the fact that some agencies have not been able to be up and running for them delivering foods. We try and fill gaps that otherwise would get left open. We're taking the packages that we acquired here this morning. Our vehicles go out and we make the deliveries, we knock on the doors, and we walk away having little to no interaction with the individuals.
The boxes are filled with about 30 to 35 pounds of food. It's going to be everything that kind of covers the base nutritional needs of a senior, just about anything you need.
And we're also looking at partnerships with places like Meals on Wheels, where we can deliver more food to seniors so they're not at risk coming outside their house. In terms of children, obviously they're out of school. We have 300,000 kids in our service area who rely on free and reduced meals at school every day. And we do have a lot of schools who are continuing those programs, but we are looking for ways to partner with them and help those families out who are in need.
Predominantly funds, honestly. Funds help more than anything. It's what I always tell my friends and family, is that we can buy more food than you can. And we can buy it faster than you can, especially right now.
Donations of funds, it allows us to be so flexible with what we do. If we need to pivot to purchasing food or purchasing different types of food or bringing in temporary help because we don't have the volunteer support that we were having in the past, it allows us to make that pivot very quickly and keep the supply of food uninterrupted.
It's heartwarming to know that these people are really looking forward to these boxes, and they may mean the difference between them eating a can of beans tonight or them having a decent dinner tonight.
We are seeing great support from the community, even in this time of crisis. People want to help and they want to give back. We've seen great support from our companies, our business partnerships, foundations, and people still want to come in and volunteer.
It's allowed me to step back and say, hey, look, right now I can't focus on my business, but let me focus on my community. Because let's face it, we're North Carolinians. We're all in this together.
As in all disasters, we are here for the long haul. We will figure out a way to make sure this food continues going out to people who need it.
Open Table is able to do is to come alongside people and encourage them, connect them to the resources that they need, and get them moving on to what most people would consider a more normal way of life, with work and friends and four walls and a locked door at the minimum. So this is what the goal is, to be able to encourage people to get the care that they really need so that we end homelessness. And housing, of course, is part of the care plan. So how do we do that usually? Well, when there's not a pandemic, we're serving lunch on Mondays, and that's a wonderful time of laughter and hugs and catching up, and I cannot wait for that to happen again. But unfortunately, in order to protect our neighbors and our volunteers, we have suspended the Monday lunches for now. Now, the free store is where we give away things just for free. We use raised funds to purchase new coats and other kinds of warm clothing. Much of what we have to distribute is donated, but some of it is purchased with donated funds, and we give it away for free to people that can't afford it. And then Wednesdays, in normal days, is a time that I sit down with folks one-on-one and talk about their care plans and how to get them ultimately moved into an apartment of their own, whether that's filling out applications or getting the documents that are necessary, getting their Social Security card, getting income lined up. It's very individual because each one needs something different. That is a quick overview of what we do. We also, I think is very important, our Get to Work program gives away work boots and uniforms for folks to start a new job before they get their first paycheck. So it's an innovative way that we can really give somebody a leg up if they need that.
years Executive Director of Housing for New Hope. For nearly 30 years, we have been connecting our most vulnerable neighbors in Durham to housing and hope. When this crisis began, we immediately asked our case managers to reach out to all of our clients and tenants to find out what their most immediate needs might be and what they expected to happen in the coming weeks. As we've noted from the news and as we've said to many of our friends, we have never seen a crisis like this, and that has been very true for our clients and tenants. In response to what they shared with us, we created an emergency assistance fund that gives us access to immediate resources to help those who may lose jobs or have reduced hours and need support in order to keep their home and pay their rent and utilities. It gives us immediate access to resources to pay for food. It also helps us in a very critical way as we continue to move folks off the streets, out of the shelter, and even now out of hotels into housing. Instead of moving into an empty rental unit, they're able to move into a space that can be created as home. United Way provided us resources to ensure that 10 families will move into a place that they can call their home. And we are deeply grateful because our normal sources for furniture, through donations, our normal opportunities to work with volunteers have all stopped in the midst of this crisis. So we were able, with United Way's support, to get a furniture store to open just for us and to make incredible deals with us in order to ensure that folks have a beautiful place to move and call home in the midst of this crisis. The safest place for us to be while we're sheltering at home is in a home. And we are deeply grateful for this support and excited to be able to share in coming weeks the results and impact on the families and individuals that we're working with of this generous gift. Thank you for your support. We're down at Trinity United Methodist Church today in downtown, the home of Open Table Ministry. We're receiving 3 big pallets today of blankets from Church World Service and hygiene kits. And these are going to be used to support our most vulnerable neighbors, those who in particular are living unsheltered. It's a really challenging time to be an unsheltered person, really anywhere, but particularly here in Durham. Normally, when it gets cold enough out that it's not safe to sleep out, we are able to open up extra space over at Urban Ministries of Durham, Durham Rescue Mission. This year, it's just a very different thing because of COVID and the guidelines that everyone has to follow. Right now, Housing for New Hope is partnering with Urban Ministries of Durham in order to make some hotel rooms available, and we're doing that throughout the month of December. And then we're anticipating that Trinity and Open Table will come online to be a warming shelter for 8 to 10 weeks beginning around the first of the year. The blankets that have come, they're going to be used really immediately for those who are still out at night. And we're also going to then be using those for folks who stay in the hotels to have a blanket when they leave when the weather gets a little bit warmer. The rest of them will be used here on site, particularly when the shelter opens after the first of the year. We're really grateful. Many of you have participated in supporting Open Table, Housing for New Hope, the CROP Hunger Walks here in the community, and this is a great way to see all those pieces coming together, all those partnerships coming to fruition to care for our most vulnerable neighbors. And we thank you so much for your help.
Friends, thank you for joining us in our CROP Hunger Walk celebration. It is sad that we cannot be in person, but the good that we were able to do through this hunger walk still stands. We are all looking forward to being back together in person next year, and as you can see, our next year goal has been set. Our CROP Hunger Walk will be in April of 2021 with a goal of $150,000. It's a big goal, but if anybody can do it, it's us. Stick around for a prayer and a call to action from the CROP Hunger Walk team. Thanks so much for all of your participation.
Welcome to the virtual CROP Hunger Walk. My name is John Scogan. I'm the National Community Engagement Manager for Church World Service and CROP Hunger Walks. We need people like you to show there is still good in the world.
You are caring and compassionate. You walk so others can live. For more than 50 years, CROP Hunger Walkers have been and will continue to walk in solidarity with global partners. With COVID-19 upending our lives, keeping us literally separated from even our neighbors nearby, you are reimagining the walk and going virtual. As you step up to end hunger, alone and online, you walk in spirit with those who must walk to get clean water to wash their hands, or to find food for their families, or to find a safe place for their children. This year, more than ever, you show that we can still lift each other up and comfort each other no matter the distance. In good times and bad, you are there. You make the difference.
A prayer for call to action. Please pray with me. God, teach us once again your spirit of humility and the beauty of a contrite heart. These days of global pandemic, civil unrest, political pandering, and social dysfunction serve to remind us of our collective calling as stewards of love. In a world where the context is ever-changing and the challenges daunting.
In our daily living, let us not forget the poor, the disenfranchised, the lame, and the broken. Weave through our words with each other concern about the destructive power of discrimination, inequality, and unmerited pride.
Revive within us your vision of a beloved global community and help us to embrace and honor the diversity which you intended when you crafted our bodies out of clay and breathed life into us.
Even when this same world seeks to close its ears, shelter its eyes, or claim disinterest, give us the gift of your wisdom to speak truth, compassion, and justice in ways that penetrate all defenses. Let our voices be joined with those who cry out against any force that would deny freedom and the right to be human.
Take our energy into the streets and the back alleys, into the big cities and the rural villages, and let it be a thunderous presence and a sign of the transformation of a world where all of us are joined with you.
It is in the spirit of holiness that we ask your blessing. Amen.